This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Well, here we go again with very little problems, just a few. It's Alex, it's the Ramble. This is Stephen Kravitz, who just a moment ago before we went on was changing the month on his calendar, which I suppose when we run this one it'll be correct because you're now changing it to July.
That's correct.
But when we're doing this, it's still June. So why are you changing it today? So you won't.
Well, because it's the end of June. Today's the end of June.
Yeah, but you don't have to change to July.
Well, why not?
And do you have one of those calendars you get from the gas station or whatever?
Right, you hang up on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Does it have each month have a different picture on it?
Yeah, each month has a different car. This month it has the '63 Ford Thunderbird.
Oh, really? And so where did you get this? From a car dealership or something?
No, I got it at CVS, I believe.
Was it free?
No.
They charged you for it?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of a computer?
What?
A computer.
Sure.
Yeah. All my appointments, including this one here, I have on my computer. I don't have one of those calendars hanging up.
Oh, I like to write it in the little box, the day box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like to do that.
Well, you need to now. You're a very busy guy.
Oh, yeah, now that I'm working.
Yeah, you're working. Tell them where you're working.
I'm working at Lowe's.
Tell them what you're doing.
I'm a cashier.
Do you ever want to throw something at somebody?
Not yet. I've been very lucky. Not yet. Yeah, so far, everybody's been very nice.
Well, you have a nice, pleasing personality.
Right. And I tell them I'm new, and they're very giving when you tell them that you're new. You know what I mean? They're very tolerant of your that you're not going as quick as they'd like you to do.
So really, saying that you're new probably lets you get away with a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's the same thing as the COVID excuse.
Right.
Well, the reason why our service online isn't as good as it usually is because of COVID. Yeah, but didn't you hear that it's not over, but everybody's back to work again?
Right.
Right. So what's your excuse now for your lousy service?
Although some people still wear masks.
They do. Well, do you wear masks in Lowe's? No.
No.
Why not?
Well, there's a big shield between me and the customers.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's good. Are they wearing masks?
Some of them.
Really? Good. Some
of them are, yeah.
People should still wear masks. They should still take precautions because I'm an example of that. You can get it.
Right.
Guess where I got it?
How'd you get it?
I didn't get it. Marjorie, my wife, got it. Where do you think she got it?
Where'd she get it?
Remember the story I told you of me going to the hospital for an emergency at the emergency room? Which probably would come to about $20,000. But I went to the emergency room. She was waiting in the waiting room. And I think that's where she got it. She had her mask on, all of that, but she still got it. Because when she came down with some kind of symptoms, she came down with about 2 days earlier than me.
Right.
So I assume she got it there at the hospital. Mount Sinai.
The hospital, you always go out, you leave with something you didn't come in with.
Oh, yeah, MRSA. You can get MRSA infections, things like that, But, I mean, just let me tell you that Mount Sinai in New York City is a petri dish of disease, okay?
Oh, of course. All hospitals are, Alex.
Yeah.
That's why they keep them cold. And so they keep them cold so germs don't reproduce.
Well, we were like really kind of snotty in saying, well, we haven't gotten COVID yet.
Right.
You know, and we had done everything possible in the beginning. If we got a package, we disinfected it with disinfectant and let it sit out in our foyer for 2-3 days before we'd open it.
Oh, really?
You know, oh yeah. I mean, we were washing our hands every 5 minutes. We were, you know, wearing a mask wherever we went.
I've done none of that stuff. None of it.
I did
absolutely none of it.
We were doing the rubber gloves when we go
I
out.
never did that.
I put on the rubber gloves. I look like a surgeon going out for a walk with the mask on
no
and
kidding,
the rubber
right.
gloves. So anyway, we managed to avoid it for 2.5 years. Okay? And suddenly I'm rushed to the hospital. Next thing you know, we got COVID. You know, so.
That's ridiculous. Now you're double boosted, aren't you?
I'm double boosted. 2 shots and then double boosted. Still got it. Not heavy. It wasn't heavy. But then they gave us this stuff. It's called Paxlovid, which is a 5-day thing of these 2 pills that we take once a day. Was it once a day? Yeah, once a day. And we took it, and it supposedly, if you've even not been vaccinated and you come down with COVID, it will knock it out.
Right, that's what I heard.
Yeah. So we took it, and my doctor, I said to him, he said, well, do you feel you need it? And I said, look, I'm 82 years old. Marjorie is 78. I think we do. He says, that's a good enough excuse.
Right.
So he gave us so we took it, and it did knock it out. I mean, when we went and tested ourselves a week later, we were good to go. But the after effects of either that pill or just the COVID in general has been devastating. I mean, today I woke up again. I was lightheaded all day.
Oh, really?
You know, and a couple of days ago, I was just so weak. I barely couldn't get out of bed. And we didn't have the disease any longer. So,
right.
So these are the after effects of like the Paxlovid and of COVID and whatever. So but I like the name of the drug because I've said this before. Oh boy, there's my mouse. I'm sorry. It was in the picture, folks. That I really feel that Paxlovid is another one of those drugs that was invented by Jerry Lewis. Paxlovid.
Lady.
Riboflavin.
Flavin.
No, but I always have all these drugs occasionally come along, and I go, yeah, that's a Jerry Lewis drug, all right. Paxlovid. So,
yeah, that's a Jerry Lewis drug.
But so anyway,
is he still alive?
No, he's dead. He's been dead for a while.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I saw an interview with Woody Allen that Alec Baldwin did with him just a few days ago. You don't see an interview with him very often, and to his credit, Alec Baldwin did a great job of it, asking him questions about. He didn't ask him about the whole Mia Farrow thing or anything like that. He asked him about the process of creating stuff and so on and so forth.
Right.
And he asked him what comedians influenced him. And he said, well, W.C. Fields, the Marx Brothers. And I think the question was, if you could have anybody from the history of comedy to put in your films, who would it be?
Right.
And he said W.C. Fields. He said the Marx Brothers. I went through a whole bunch of them. He finally mentioned the one I knew he had to mention because he really imitates him, Woody Allen. Stole his timing from him. It's Bob Hope.
Oh, is that right?
Well, if you go watch Bob Hope, his stuff is very similar to the way that Woody Allen acts in his movies, you know? That,
right.
And he mentioned Bob Hope. And then he said, you know, I really would have liked to work with Jerry Lewis.
Really?
And he said, because I don't think he ever lived up to his potential. He said he shouldn't have been doing all those wacky comedies. He said he could do a straight part very nicely. And he would have.
Oh yeah.
He would have fit like hand in glove into one of my films. You know. But he said I never got to work with him. So. Yeah. But I never had the great appreciation for Jerry Lewis that the French do. Now you lived in France for a while. Why do the French love? You know.
It's a mystery, Alex. It's one of those big mysteries.
Because and then he mentioned Bob Hope. He says, if you want to watch the best Bob Hope movie ever, and the reason why I love him, it's a film called Monsieur Bouquet, which I know is out there, but I've never watched it. And he says,
right.
Watch it. He said, Hope is ambrosia. It's just perfect in this film.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you know, I didn't think he would. I knew he'd come up with Bob Hope. You could see Bob Hope's influence in his character.
Right.
But I didn't know that he would come up with Jerry Lewis. I knew he would come up. W.C. Fields. I'm sure he loved W.C. Fields and the Marx Brothers. Who didn't? You know?
Right. Who didn't?
Although I didn't like W.C. Fields as much as other people did, but the Marx Brothers, oh man, was I a fan.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and people are watching this now. Kids are watching this right now, going, "Who?
Who? Yeah. What? What are you talking about?
The Marx, was that Karl Marx, the guy who was in Russia? That guy?
Right.
You know, I mean, and people say to me, "Oh, come on, there aren't people that go who when it comes to Marx." Yes, there are.
Sure there are.
You know, the Marx Brothers were making movies almost 100 years ago, 90 years ago.
Right.
You know, I mean, all things get forgotten after a while.
Right. The Marx Brothers movies still hold up, though.
Oh, they still hold up. I could sit down and watch a Marx Brothers film and still laugh at it, even though I know what's coming.
Right, me too.
You know, I mean, they're that good. But do you think young people are watching Marx Brothers films?
No, of course not.
You know,
of course not.
They want to see, you know, they want to see a comedy with some mediocre black comic.
Right.
You know, and I'm not.
Although I want to go see the new Minion movie.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I think they're funny. I like the Minions. They make me laugh. What can I tell you?
Maybe I should reassess the Minions.
They make me laugh. They make me laugh hard.
Yeah. But anyway, so you're working at Lowe's.
Yes.
Okay. And that's because, quite frankly, he needs to work.
Right.
They pay okay?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you could use...
Not great, but you know...
Well, there are two things. You could use the extra bucks, but it's also good to have to go to work.
Right.
You know, it's just good as a process.
Although yesterday I went to work, I came home and I took a nap. I took a hard nap. I was like exhausted.
Oh, I take out the garbage and I have to take a hard nap. Kidding me? You kidding me? So, anyway, you know, I mean, it's just good to have a job and go do something to work. I would like to have some kind of something I could go to, because I haven't done, you know, I haven't been working for 8 years basically. You know,
right.
I've been doing this, but I don't consider this a job. But the business, also my business isn't the same as it was.
Right.
Do you know what else Woody Allen said in this interview?
What's that?
He says, my next movie is probably going to be my last film. And Baldwin said, why? And you'd think he'd say, oh, well, the whole Mia Farrow thing, I'm sick and tired of that crap and so on. He said, I don't enjoy making movies anymore. And I'll tell you why. He said, because when I was making movies, I would make a movie, and then they put it in like 500 theaters across the country.
Right.
I could go into any of those theaters and see 500 people enjoying my comedy as a group. You know, he said, today, you're in the theater for 2 weeks and then it's on cable. You know, it's on streaming.
Right.
It's on Netflix,
right.
Or it's on Amazon.
Right.
He said, I don't make movies for Amazon. I don't make movies for Netflix. I make movies for theaters. And that's what gave me the thrill. And now that that's no longer there, I don't really feel like doing them anymore. And I didn't stop to think about that, but he was absolutely right. And then
Right.
started.
We haven't heard from Woody Allen in a few years. When was the last time he had a film?
He had one called, I saw it recently, but again, it was one that got released to, I think it was Amazon. And Bobby Slayton's in it.
Is that right?
For a quick second, but he's in it. He flew him all the way to Italy to make this thing, and then used him for it's like the camera goes by Bobby, and Bobby's saying something to somebody, and then it goes to somebody else. That's Bobby in the whole film.
Right.
But anyway, he has been making films still. He's making one, he says, in Paris in November. But he said, he says, I don't get the thrill out of making them anymore. I used to get a great thrill the day the film came out, and I could go into a theater and watch people enjoying it.
Right. I don't blame him.
And Baldwin said, yeah, that's the trouble with streaming. He said, yeah, your movie's on a big screen, best stereo sound possible in your home, if you set yourself up right. And he said, but the fact is, it's you and somebody else. It's not 500 other people all laughing at the same time.
Right, all enjoying your work.
Yeah, it's not watching a movie isn't a social event anymore when you watch it at home.
No, not at all.
And I thought that observation perhaps was a valid observation. Now I know a lot of kids are going to go, well, you're just old-fashioned. No. There is something about why. I'll give you a good example. Do you ever watch Buster Keaton in Steamboat?
Yes.
What was it called? Steamboat Bill. I watched that film dozens of times. Okay?
Right.
But I never seen it in a theater. And I went to a theater with a bunch of people, silent festival, with a bunch of people watching Steamboat Bill Jr. That's it. And they were laughing their heads off at stuff, at jokes hadn't even realized existed in the film before.
Right.
Because the film was made for an audience to watch.
Right.
It wasn't meant for me to sit at home and watch it by myself and go, oh, that's funny, that's funny.
Right. Instead of laughing, you just go, that's funny.
There's this one scene where he goes into a store to buy a hat, and he starts putting on hats, and he puts on one after the other, and people are laughing because they're funny hats, and whatever. And then finally puts one on that is the typical Buster Keaton hat, that pork pie, flat pork pie.
Right.
And he puts it on and looks at it and goes, no, and throws it off. And the audience went crazy. All right? I never saw that as a joke in the movie when I watched it at home. So, movies were made to be seen as a group thing.
Right.
And now,
there's something about getting out of the house and going to the theater, and getting your popcorn and getting your drink. There's some making it an event. Going to the movies was an event.
People used to dress up to go to the movies.
Sure.
They used to.
People used to dress up in Vegas. Now they show up in shorts and a T-shirt.
Do you know what they used to always dress up for? Ties, everything. Riding in a plane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Going to the doctors.
You would dress up, wouldn't you?
To go to the doctors? Yeah. Sure. When you were a kid.
Oh, I don't remember my mother ever making me dress up, but she probably did.
No, I remember getting dressed up to go to the doctors, taking a shower, taking a bath, and going to the doctors.
Well, you always want to take a bath before you go to the doctors, because he's going to take your clothes off, and then you don't want to smell.
Right.
That I understand. But, why should you wear a suit to go see the doctor? Especially when just taking off a normal amount of clothes is a pain in the ass.
Right.
And at my age, it takes forever.
Huh.
I the other day I was thinking about it. Gee, I'm getting dressed, and it's taking forever for me to get dressed. Got to put this leg in there, then got to put that leg in there. And
do you have to hold on to something to put on your pants?
Sometimes, yeah. Do you?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I hold on to a doorknob. I can get in one leg by itself, but I have to hold on to a doorknob to get the other leg. Hey, listen.
You sit down and put on your socks?
Yes. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How about when this is old people stuff. We're taking old people inventory. When you're going down a flight of stairs, do you hold on to the banister?
Oh, absolutely.
See? That's it. When you were a kid, did you hold on to the banister?
Didn't even need a banister.
No, you just ran up and down those stairs.
Right.
As you get older, and you're what, 67 now?
66.
66. As you get older, he's younger than I am, but he's grabbing onto that banister. That's
absolutely, especially going downstairs.
And you can bet in another couple of years, when you put your pants on, you're gonna have to do them either sitting down, or when you stand up, you're gonna have to hold on to something.
Right.
I mean, all of a sudden, I realize that I'm doddering in certain ways I didn't used to be doddering.
Well, when you start eating dinner at 4:30, and you start going to bed at 9 o'clock, then you're getting old.
Well, Marjorie has it down to 5:30. Used to be 6. It's down to 5:30.
Right.
I'm waiting for it to become the early bird special.
Right. 4:30, dinner time.
And occasionally she said to me, I'm hungry. Let's eat early tonight. I said, well, it's like 4:30. And I go, no, there's no way we're eating at 4:30.
Right.
I am not going to begin dinner at 4:30. I didn't used to begin dinner till like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, but how many years ago was that?
That was when that was a long time ago.
Okay. All right.
A long time ago. But
right. And you were sleeping in.
Oh, yeah. Well, I sleep in now, too, because I'm up late for the show and everything like that, But I just, no. I'm not going to be eating at 10 o'clock at night anytime soon.
No.
Marjorie,
I'm in bed at 10 o'clock.
We go out to eat at a restaurant. The reservations are 6 o'clock.
Right.
She claims she wants to beat the crowd. I say, why don't we try it once for like 9 o'clock at night? Come on. She goes, but that's when I go to sleep.
Right. Right. It's too late.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat a big meal at 9 o'clock.
I don't mind eating a big meal at 9 o'clock. Well, see, I don't go to bed till 2 in the morning.
Oh, is that right?
Okay. So I could eat a big meal at, say, 9 o'clock at night and be very happy to do that. But I gotta get up at 5:30 to go to work. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Well, I have to be to work at 7.
Mm-hmm. And how late?
So I get up. What?
How late do you work till?
7 to noon.
Oh, is that it? That's all?
Right. Or like 9 to 2:30.
Okay. That's not bad.
No, 5.5 hours, 5 hours.
How many hours a week are you working?
This week, 16 and a half.
Yeah. But would you like it to be like 40 hours a week?
No.
Yeah. So you were asking,
no way.
You basically were asking for a part-time job.
Right.
Yeah.
20 hours tops.
Do you get any health insurance out of that? No.
I will.
Oh, you will? Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good, because what happens is that can be used as a supplemental.
Right, to go with Medicare and Medicaid.
Actually, Medicare may become your supplemental because you will be insured on a group insurance policy of a large company. And so Medicare becomes your secondary, and your medical plan will become your first.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, which is fine.
As long as the bills get paid and I don't have to pay them, I'm fine.
Yep, well, that's what I don't want to get a bill for $20,000 for my time at Mount Sinai. What? So I can get infected?
Right. And how long were you there?
I was there for 14 hours.
Oh my God.
They did every test imaginable.
Right, you told me.
The only thing is...
And you came out 100% healthy.
For the most part. I got some enlarged lymph nodes, and I got a couple of spots on my lungs, which are nodes, but they're only like 1 to 2 centimeters, and that's not considered anything serious.
Right.
You keep a check on them, make sure they don't grow, but they're common. They're very common. You probably have some. You know.
Really? You think so?
You could. Yeah, very easily. Did you smoke?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so you probably have a couple. You know, it's not a big deal. Not a big
No, I'm not worried about it.
No, they checked every inch of my body. I'm.
In fact, they had a bus come by at work, and we went on the bus, and they took blood, and they told you what's the word I'm looking
Blood
for?
pressure.
Right, your blood pressure, your cholesterol.
Yeah, all of that.
You know, all that. Your height, your weight.
Good.
You know.
Good.
I'm 5 pounds overweight.
I like the fact that they're taking care of you that way, and you're only part time.
Right.
But they don't want you dying in their store either. Hey, listen, we gotta go.
We're done?
We're done. We're finished here. We're history. Or as they say in France, l'histoire.
Right.
Am I right?
C'est fini.
C'est fini?
C'est fini.
Yeah, it is finished.
Right.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Stephen Kravitz.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Everything seems to be going, kind of okay tonight. There are a few problems, but I won't get into that. I've got to reset the whole thing for what we go out live on with the live streams and stuff. I got to redo it because I have to do it by hand in order to get it going now. It's always one thing or another. We got a lot of the technical problems somewhat taken care of, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Let me see here how I just want to see how okay, and that's okay, and that's okay. I'm trying to get the sound better. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. We do have some people who are waiting out there to join the citizen panel. Actually, it's just 2 of them. But, what the hell? It's better than nothing. Hold on a second. There they are. Here they come. All right. And there they go. Hello. Wait a minute. Brian. Oh, there we go. There's Brian Neary. Hello, Brian.
I got to plug it in. I always forget.
You always got to plug what in?
My camera to the laptop. It's my laptop from work. So.
Oh, I see. Okay. We can't see the computers you've got there, so we have no idea what
I got my laptop there, and I got my my bigger laptop there.
Yeah.
And my fruit. See how good I'm eating.
Mm-hmm. So. Anyway, we seem to be working a little better tonight than we were last night, so I'm not as depressed. However, you will see me glitch every now and then. That's a problem I haven't been able to fix yet. But
I don't think anybody saw you last night. You had no show last night, did you?
What do you mean?
Oh, today's Thursday. Never mind.
Oh, boy.
I thought I'd seen you recently.
What day do you think it is?
Wednesday.
But still Phil.
Wednesday.
Don't say it 3 times, please. Don't say his name 3 times, so he's gonna show up.
Yeah. He's actually got the sniffles. He sent me a text and said,
Coronavirus.
I don't feel good. I'm going to bed early. My nose is runny all day long. Ate some ice cream, and that destroyed me. No show for me.
Well, maybe he should take a COVID test.
Maybe he should.
It's like COVID to me.
Huh?
Yep.
Well, tonight I'm feeling a little heavy in the chest and sniffly.
Anxiety?
Could be.
Happens to me.
See there, glitch just went by. I don't care. I really don't care anymore. Yeah,
just do the show, enjoy yourself, little things like that. Who cares?
Well, enjoying myself doing the show has long passed. Okay, so don't push it. Anyway, how are you guys doing tonight?
I'm good.
Got a big hole in my ceiling.
Yeah. What happened with your? Here's the exciting stuff we do on this show, ladies and gentlemen. Tell them.
Well, I've noticed water dripping from the ceiling over my bathtub last night, and I finally called maintenance, and he came by during the show to see it.
Yep.
They climbed up in there today and found out that the drain pipe from the tub in the apartment upstairs.
That's what I figured it was. Yeah.
So they had to open up the whole ceiling over the tub to get to that so they could cut out the part that was cracked and seal it. And now they got to leave it open for a week so that the seals can dry.
Oh, boy.
I could crawl up into the floor between floors.
You have a whole another room now.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea if it's a sexy looking woman up there or what?
No, not up there, but on the other side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if I can get across to the
Oh,
other.
look what I just found here. That just flew onto my screen. We seem to have quite a few of them in the apartment lately.
Uh-oh, bug.
No, a ladybug.
Ah.
Now,
In the apartment?
you can't kill them because that would be bad luck.
Yeah.
And
Well, they're
Hmm?
innocuous, so you don't want to kill them.
Oh, they're very innocuous. Yeah, it's just that he's covering up one of my things that I play, but it doesn't matter on the screen, you know. But no, Marjorie did that the other day. She said, you gotta be very careful. Don't kill them. You know, don't swat them. Don't do anything because ladybugs are good luck. And so she tried to take the ladybug and put it on a piece of paper so she could fly it out the window, and she smashed it.
Ooh.
We have all these little frogs here because we have a creek in the backyard. These little tiny frogs. So like a couple months ago, they rivet all night. It's really cool to go to sleep to.
Yeah.
But where I was moving some stuff one night and I felt a squish, and it was the frog. And Adrian came running around the corner. Where's the frog? Because I said, "Oh, there's a frog over here." I moved some stuff and he jumped right at the wrong time. I think he got away, baby. And I had to cover him up.
You had to cover.
He was, I stepped on him. So.
Do you have any pets?
He had a
We got
frog.
3 kids.
He had a frog.
He had a frog.
No, we had a dog probably like 4 years ago. We had a dog for a little while to take care of from a friend, and it was a puppy, and I was glad to have that because the kids don't want a pet now. Adrian wants a dog, but the other kids don't want it because they didn't walk it, they didn't do anything.
Oh, it was too much work for them.
Yeah.
I see.
Simon would like a cat, but then Stephanie's sort of allergic to cats, but she's handled one cat okay. But see, we have this sort of busy street here, not busy like fast cars, but a lot of people walk here. And I always tell them, I say, see that gentleman walking the dog, or see that lady walking the dog? You know whose dog that is? That's their kid's dog. They're the ones that have to walk it. So I'm not walking the dog. So
Did that for years.
Don't you have a schoolyard across from you?
Yeah, but how about a cat? How about a cat?
yeah, Stephanie says she's allergic, but she's handled a couple of cats recently. So
You know, I don't know about you guys. Anybody here look at TikTok?
oh yeah, yes, I think I know what you're gonna say.
What? The cat.
There's these cats with really big eyes.
The Bengalis.
Yes, and that's what Simon wants. Yeah.
And now what Susan, let me get through all my wives, okay? When Ronnie,
go through the list.
what Ronnie had was a serval, which is kind of like one of those combination house cats, jungle cats.
Oh yeah.
And the Bengalis are that too. They are just gorgeous. But the problem is they get sick very easily because they're really inbred, and it's but aren't they adorable? And I got to tell you, the serval, at least I know this about the serval, and I imagine it's true of the Bengalis as well. Ronnie had one, and then my ex-girlfriend Xanthi had one when I went to visit her in Cleveland. See, all my ex-wives and girlfriends got servals, you know. And so I went to visit my Xanthi years ago in Cleveland, and she had this serval. And I woke up in the morning. I mean, this cat was huge. I mean, they're like this. I mean, my hand, you can't see it, folks, but they're like that, okay? And they're really huge. And I woke up in the morning and the cat was standing on my chest, looking down at me. And I felt like I was in a jungle encampment, you know, and I was being visited upon by some kind of jungle cat because they're that big, you know.
All right, Phil, my mutual friend, John D'Agostino, he's a custom car builder. He's got a couple of those. That's not the one that Simon wants, but he's got a couple of those. And yeah, they're you know, the fur is beautiful and they're really big, like you say, and they take up. He in his backyard, he has a huge play area for them. So yeah, he spends a lot of money on those things.
Well, Marjorie says if we get a cat, we have to get a rescue. And you know, it's a very nice feeling. You're going to get a rescue, and we're going to take a cat who otherwise would not have found a home. But I said to her, I'd really like a Siamese. I don't need a rescue, you know. I really like breeds, you know, and but she said she wanted to get a rescue. So yeah. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Is that the Bengali or is that the?
I don't know.
Serval?
I don't know. It's one of those, and I saw John. He was at a car show right when this one just came out of the hospital one time. Yeah. And yeah, he was a nervous wreck, like he was a human. But
no, but they get quite sick. They are not the healthiest of cats because they are so bred that it causes problems. You know. So
now Simon's been looking at these the little cats, and they have like really big eyes. You know, I think they're photoshopped a little bit, but yeah. So he's looking at those.
Well, they used to have those in Keane paintings. You remember Keane, Walter Keane? By the way, Margaret Keane, his wife, died last week at the age of 101.
Wow. And
she died with her eyes open, of course. If you don't know what I'm talking about, folks, for jokes, it's that the Keanes drew all those artworks, those paintings of kids with big eyes, and so made a fortune off of it. But anyway, so well, that's it. That's all I got to talk about.
I had a black cat. I had an all black cat, and this was in the 90s. So his name was Hammer.
MC.
MC Hammer, exactly.
Hammer.
Hammer,
good.
yeah, it was Hammer. That was my all black cat. So.
Oh, that's good. Hammer.
The cats are nice, man. They just cruise around, and dogs are entertaining, but the cats just take care of themselves. So.
You know, if Siamese cats mate with any other breed, with any other like house cat or whatever, they come out black. They always come out black.
Wow.
Yeah. I had several black cats that were the children of Siamese. You know, but
well, our two Siamese cats were black, so I guess maybe that's true.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, I mean, I love Siamese cats. I mean, they just
they were nice.
Well, they're the males, not the females. The females are very wild, okay, not as friendly. But the males are they're so loyal and they're so loving and they so care about you, you know. So, anyway. But Marjorie keeps saying, "Oh, let's get a cat. Let's get a cat." And I go, you know something? I don't want to buy anything that's going to stand there every morning when I wake up and look at me and go, you know, long after you're gone, I'm still going to be around. You know, because I was always used to cats not living as long as me. You know.
What kind of cat was your friend's cat? The one that you used to take care of?
Oh, she was a rescue. She was, you know, I'll tell you, I actually think there's a breed. You know how there are yellow cats and they kind of have white markings?
Yeah.
And you see them a lot, and that's what she is. And while I guess she's a mutt, you know, I don't think so. I think that's a kind of breed. And she was terrific. She is terrific. She's still going strong. And what happened was my friend Jack and his then girlfriend, who became his wife, Natalia, I said, could you take care of our cat while we go to Europe? Because he was filming this documentary they were doing on him. And we said, sure, we'd be happy to. And this cat came here, and for the first couple of days, of course, you couldn't even find the cat. We thought it had run out the front door. You know, the cat will always find places to hide if they don't want you to find them. And behind the laundry machine was a great place for her. But anyway, after a couple of days, she got used to being here. And by the end of it, she was completely spoiled because we've got a 2,500 square foot apartment that if you start at one end and go to the other end, you're going about a quarter of a block, you know. And the cat would just love, at night, I would be trying to go to sleep and it was like a horse galloping through the house.
I remember those little claw marks.
Because it became this like real runway for her, and she just and she got so used to this that when she went back to that small little apartment they had, she was like pissed off. You know? So, but we got to love her. I mean, there was just something about her that was so wonderful, we have a lot of pictures of her here. She's our cat, you know. We took pictures of her. Oh, guess who's here? The Trump voter.
Oh my!
Here he comes. He's gonna be here. Here he is. There he is. Show your whole face there, Tony. Move your camera a little bit so we can see your whole face. We want to see what a traitorous human being.
This is what it looks like. Alex, I can't stand Biden though.
No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not happy with Biden. I'm not happy with Biden. Brian's not happy with Biden. Alan's not happy with Brian. I think, Charlie, you're not that happy with Biden, are you?
No, not unless he...
yeah.
Did you hear about this stupid right-winger, anti-choice judge he wanted to appoint, a federal judge, to placate McConnell?
I didn't hear the whole thing, Charlie. What was it? What was that about?
Well, you obviously weren't talking about Tony.
Now, who are you talking about now?
I'm talking about Biden. Biden was going to placate Mitch McConnell. He was going to appoint to a lifetime federal judgeship this rabid anti-choice person that wants to put women in prison for having abortions. He's going to appoint him for some deal he was making with McConnell.
Did you hear about the 10-year-old girl who was raped and is pregnant, and they won't give her an abortion?
She was pregnant by rape. She got raped.
Yes.
And got pregnant. And they're going to make her have this baby. They're going to rape her again.
How cruel are these people?
Can't they leave the state, though? I was hearing...
Well, yes, but let me give you another story. This one happened in Mississippi. Mississippi today yesterday was the last day you could get an abortion at that Mississippi clinic that was the center of the whole...
The one that they had in the state.
Yeah, and the other one they had in the state. And a woman showed up today to get her abortion because she had an appointment and didn't know that they were closing down, and now she can't get her abortion. And they were saying what the problem is they don't know about this woman, but the average woman in Mississippi can barely travel to where they are, let alone to another state to get one. So I mean, it's just terrible what's happening, and it's inhumane. It's just inhumane.
No, I'm not happy with Biden right now.
Yeah, I'm not happy with Biden. So none of us are, Tony. But
I ain't voting for Trump.
But Trump is not the answer, Tony.
Bill rubbed off on me, I think, a little bit.
What?
Bill rubbed off on me. His humor, I think he got into my head a little bit.
No.
I was talking to him today. He says, you chickened out, because I didn't really say anything.
Okay, I want you to give me 3 good reasons to vote for Trump.
He was good on the...
Wait a minute, 3 reasons, Tony.
He's not a nice... I don't like January.
No, give me 3 reasons why I should vote for him.
He's funny in office. You got to admit.
No. This is a serious question. I'm asking you.
My mother's life's on the line. Who he killed already?
What?
That's true. Remember, he killed my mother. Really? I let him pass. I gave him a pass on that too.
On killing your mother? Oh, okay.
Exactly, right? Oh, God. She's going to really haunt me now tonight. 3 good things. I thought he was good on the economy. That's one. He was.
He was good on the, was he good on the economy?
I mean, it was going pretty good for 3 years.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Nothing happened much with the economy.
Okay, that's one. That's his one.
But let me give it to him because he believes it.
Okay. And there's 2 other things now. Let's see.
He wants to be a dictator.
He does. He's in love with Putin. We know that.
Well,
Yeah.
His wife's hot.
I don't know if I can give you 3. I can give you 1.
Okay, well, that's not good enough. That's not good
In
enough.
this country, you've got to have 3 reasons to vote for
Oh,
somebody.
let me think again. 3? Well, hold on. Let me try to think of 2 more. I feel like I'm on a time test here.
You're sexually aroused by him? That could be one.
No, I thought he was actually really. I missed his.
No, funny. I didn't find him funny.
I know, but
Okay.
it was kind of.
There was nothing. There was nothing funny about that man.
Tony's favorite color is orange.
I hate those 3 Supreme Court justices he appointed.
I'm trying to think of 2. I thought he was good on the economy. I can't give you right now. I can't give you 2 more off the top. All right. I mean, I can't say he kept us out of war because that doesn't really mean anything. We're not really in a war, so.
Well, he didn't keep us out of war, but he didn't do anything to.
Oh, you know what I did like? I did like a little bit of the tariffs on China a little bit. I did think that was a step in the right direction.
But you understand, we pay the tariff.
We pay the
China
tariffs.
doesn't pay the tariff. The American people pay the tariff.
Economics.
Didn't you know that? Didn't you know that?
You didn't know that, Tony?
But I still liked it anyway, though.
Wait a minute. You like the tariff, which we wound up having to pay out of our pockets.
I mean, we always pay anyway. But I thought it would have been.
Oh, did you?
Oh, my God.
Tony, please.
Did you decide to go back to high school?
And I got another one. I thought the oil was under $2 a gallon, which was big.
That was during COVID. It was $4 a gallon before COVID.
Bring Reagan back. It's $1 a gallon.
There you go.
Wait a minute. When in your lifetime was gas $2 a gallon?
I think it was $1.87 at one point with Trump.
COVID, yeah.
Was
But
it?
you don't drive, so what difference does it make what it is?
Well, it keeps the groceries down because you got to get the trucks, and it costs more money to bring it into the store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but the
that's
gas. What control does Biden have over the gas?
Well, he won't drill for anything either.
Well, no, he can't. He's too old to drill.
You realize the United States drills more oil than any other country in the world? How is Biden stopping us from drilling?
He's not, and he also opened up a bunch of oil fields, and they won't drill it because it'll bring the price down.
Yeah, they have thousands of acres of federal land that they could drill on. They won't.
Tony, why don't you just admit you don't know shit about politics or economics or anything?
That's how we're screwed.
Wait a minute, and that you are representing on this program the stupid American voter.
Even so, I gave you 3.
Tony, are you watching TikTok again?
No, I actually, you know
He
what?
gets all his news from
I
TikTok.
have this TikTok.
How do you get news
What
from
about our
TikTok?
friend? Where's our friend?
I know there's Brian. That guy was obsessed with it.
How do you?
Someone who thought TikTok was actually news.
Wait a minute, I got a question. What are you doing, Ray?
Zoom.
I hate people who play with Zoom like that.
I can't help it. I have ADHD. I'll stop.
Yeah,
Ray's an actor. He can do that.
I promise.
it's his desire to be on TV.
Yes.
Clever game.
Yeah.
My mother's gonna haunt me now for what I said. I think
Good.
he didn't like Trump, and now I'm gonna. She's probably gonna come in my dreams tonight.
I think
See,
it's
what happened here is Phil talked him into this stupid game, and he tried to get everybody to believe this. And now, when you pin him in the corner, Alex, he can't say because Phil didn't prepare him for that.
Well, Phil didn't prepare him for anything.
Exactly.
Phil didn't even prepare Tony for Phil.
No.
You know.
Phil prepared himself for Phil.
Excuse me.
But I mean, I don't know. I think, and I'm just so disappointed with the administration. I think too.
Yeah, but that doesn't make Trump good.
You understand? Trump won't let you have another election. If you elect Trump in 2024, we'll never get to vote again.
He'd steal the mailboxes. Let's be honest. That was the setup. I mean, I don't even. You know what? I don't know what to believe anymore. To tell you the truth.
Oh my God.
I know. It's just
That's
crazy.
the trouble with a lot of voters in this country, and that's why.
Well,
they
I'll
vote
tell you,
for
Tony.
Republicans.
You know, you do have choices besides Trump.
We
Like
do.
for
I don't
instance,
think
like
Trump-
for instance, you could vote for Boris Johnson.
He's gone, I think, right? He's looking bad, Alex.
Yeah, well, he's no longer prime minister, is he? I thought he.
Well, he's still prime minister until they find somebody else.
Oh, okay.
So they put an ad in Craigslist looking
Come
for a
on.
new prime minister.
Probably won't. I'll take the job.
That's a good one.
Men or women are suggested.
Yeah. So anyway,
Your Paxlovid is going to be able to get a little bit easier now. It sounds like.
what do you mean?
Yep, they're going to allow pharmacists to prescribe it.
Oh,
Yeah.
The FDA approved that today.
Oh, so I can just go to my pharmacist and say, "Can I get some Paxlovid, please?"
Yep.
Yeah, if you test positive and they get the.
Can you
pharmacist-
use it more than once?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So I could just call my doctor and he would.
they did that. Yeah, they did that in the randomized studies. They had like people use it 4 times in 4 different months, and it still, I guess.
Yeah.
worked out.
You know, today I got sniffles and chest, a little coffee here. Yeah.
I was tired this morning from my allergy, from the air conditioner dried me out last night. I had to lower it.
It's Trump's fault.
Yes,
What-
Trump's
Pax-
fault.
What is that?
What?
What is Paxlovid?
It's a Jerry Lewis drug. Paxlovid! You take it right after you take your morning riboflavin.
I liked your Abbott and Costello imitation yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
The monsters.
Paxlovid array is the morning after pill in case you get pregnant.
Oh shit. Plan B.
Anyway, gee, I can't do that. I can't do my Lou Costello anymore, seeing Dracula, because I start coughing. Because basically I have to get a good thing going of.
That was so funny when you would do that.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So no, Paxlovid is a drug which is perhaps the best drug for COVID. Almost better. I won't say better than a vaccination because I don't want everybody going out and then not getting vaccinated. But
Antiviral?
if you don't, let's say you didn't didn't get vaccinated, and you come down with COVID, they give you this Paxlovid, and within 1 day, it starts killing the virus.
So like, does it have to be pretty quickly from when you were infected?
Within 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, By the way, what's the current count now? Because they say things are going to get worse again.
Yeah, there were over 1,000 deaths today for the first time in months.
I know all you people tune into this program to get happy news. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was 1,241 deaths today. And we're up to 1,020,000.
But wait a minute. How many died today?
1,241.
That's pretty low if you think about it from what it was.
Yeah, we had 5,000 in January 2021. Yeah,
Yep.
one day.
Yeah. How would this compare to a normal flu?
Oh, still way more.
That's a lot more than the flu.
Okay.
Normal flu maybe kills 25,000 people in the United States a year.
A year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole year.
Okay.
Still really high.
Yeah. But well, if I'm just hope I don't come down with it again. I'm staying indoors. I'm not going out.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with that.
I think you're fine outside. outside that they've proven it doesn't transmit very well unless you're in a large crowd. So going
Yeah,
to
but
walk,
you know the thing is, there's so many idiotic people out there now.
Yeah.
What's happened is ever since they said, well, don't wear the masks anymore.
Yep.
Everybody's getting loosey goosey about this. They're going to festivals and tongue kissing each other.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't think you
Maybe
can.
they'll get monkeypox too when they.
I don't think you can go to a music festival and not get it. Okay.
I did. I went to the Santana concert. It was totally packed. I didn't get it.
Really?
That's because he almost dropped dead on stage.
No, that was last week. It was this week.
Oh,
Are you vaccinated?
I'm double boosted.
And you're double boosted. So
And it was outdoor.
How do you
It was
know you
outdoor.
didn't get it?
Well, I didn't have any symptoms. It's true. I could have gotten it. Right.
Yeah.
I actually might have had it when it first started. My wife had it. She was super sick. I had no symptoms, and nobody really knew how it was passed. And I probably had it, but I probably
I'll tell you what Brian's going through is what I went through with Marjorie. Was I didn't have it. She was coughing and hacking and everything, and then we took the test, and I didn't have it when we took the test on a Sunday, but she did. So the next day I called the doctor, and before I did, I checked, and all of a sudden I had it. Okay, so I followed her into the valley of death, and so he then ordered up this Paxlovid for both of us. But the thing was that she was coughing a lot. I remember what happened was one night I'm lying there and she's coughing all night, and I'm going, gotta be, yeah. But it wasn't a bad case that she had, but we wanted to get the Paxlovid to kind of nip it in the bud, and I took it before it really affected me. Although I started feeling a little tired and all of that.
Yeah, Tiffany started. I was in Lodi for a couple nights, and then when I came back, she was coughing really bad. She was complaining about really, really bad sore throat. So I stayed away from that.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what's so terrible about it. So, okay, I'm married to this woman, and now I have to wear a mask around her, okay? And I can't watch TV with her. I can't sleep with her at night. You
can now.
It has so many benefits. I'm telling you. my friend who's my contractor, he came over yesterday. He was telling us we were telling us our situation. He was telling us of his, and he said, this is like a vacation for me. He goes, I'm away from the wife, I'm away from the kids. He goes, I love having this, just a little touch of it, just a little sore throat, and I'm good.
Yeah.
So there's some interesting news about COVID. They're finding that they don't know who exactly yet, but they're testing people. Some people have a natural immunity to it.
Yeah.
They don't know how many, and these are people that have not been vaccinated. This is true of most diseases.
You know something? I think the more they look into it, the less they really know about this disease. I just think that it is. What happened? You remember the days when we were spraying down our packages from UPS and letting them sit in the driveway for 3 or 4 days before we brought them in?
Yeah. You know what? When you don't have a guest, you need to replay that little thing you guys did.
What?
You guys took a video. Remember, you have a video of that, right?
Well, some of our
the whole
stuff.
video.
Yeah.
You should replay that. Say, when we were.
We had the package stacked up in the foyer and.
Really? I don't even remember. Did I do that? Did I do a video of that? Well,
yeah. You guys look like you were like gonna go rob a bank. Remember?
Yeah, you had like hazmat suits on and stuff.
Well, I have sniffles tonight.
We gotta find that, Charlie. It's somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it might be allergies, though, because it doesn't feel like a cold.
Wow, it says here 60% of COVID transmissions are from asymptomatic people.
But yeah, if they don't know they have it, they go around acting normal, sure. Yeah.
And that's how I feel. I think I should have it, but I haven't. Well, I have tested. I have the test tomorrow morning to go to Lodi, but Oh no, here we go again. There's a half-hour show.
97.4. Okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, remember that? You used to wear those batteries
every night.
every 5 minutes.
Paxlovid.
Oh my God, those were the days.
So you say the more they know, the less they know. The more they know about it, the less they know.
Well, no, it's just that. Okay, I want to know these tests we take. Okay, now I know that they have a certain
accuracy
and
okay. Sensitivity. Yes,
and yeah. But the question is, if you are positive for COVID, does that mean you have COVID? I mean, none of it makes much sense, okay? Like today, I've got COVID, and the next day, I don't have COVID when I take the test.
Yeah.
You know,
you know, what's funny is so when she was feeling symptoms, she took an antigen test, and you could barely see the line there. And she goes, well, I don't know if I have it. I said, no, you have it. If there's any trace of that line, it means you have that in your system. The next day, she tested, and it was strong. And then she didn't test. She had a PCR test, and now she tested today, and it was really, really faint again. I said, "Okay, that seems like it's getting out of
No, but here's what happened. Marjorie took the test, and it was faint. My line was faint, but then the faintness went away for some reason. I guess it you know. But she was faint, and she. So I said, "Well, let's take the test again, just to make sure." Because it's faint, and maybe if we take it again, it'll be solid, and we have to see if you still got it or not. And we took it again, and there was no line there.
Have you bothered to read the directions? The directions say any line says that no matter how dark it is, says you're positive for it.
Yes.
And so the line doesn't get darker because you have a full-blown case or not.
Okay, but wait a minute. Then, about an hour later, I gave her the same test, and the line wasn't there. So which one do we believe?
Yeah, well, that's
2 out of 3.
You go get Brian's test, which is a lot more accurate.
Yeah, the antigen.
Yeah, but I don't want to go and do that and have to go somewhere to do it and then get the results 3 days later. And what good are results 3 days later if you've got it?
I think one thing you make a good point is I think there's so much data out there now, and there's so many individual type cases, and then there's so much fake news with all that stuff mixed all around. Sometimes it's hard. That's why I don't listen to CDC anymore. I take care of myself and my family, and that's how I go about it.
Do I notice a certain creature in back of you there?
Yeah.
Huh? Do I notice that? This is
It's
like playing.
not a ladybug.
You know what we do here? It's kind of our own version here, folks, on GabNet of Where's Waldo. You know. Oh, there's Waldo. I see Waldo.
So somebody that thinks that the more we know about something like this, the less we know about it, I guess is the way you kind of put it.
What I'm trying to say is that look at all the misassumptions we had in the very beginning, like me spraying and wearing gloves everywhere I went and so on. We know now that we maybe didn't have to do that.
That's right.
Which is fine, right?
That's what happens in science.
Yeah,
and science is a lot of trial and error.
I remember the news. The news, they had this sheet on the TV, and it said, plastic was this much, cardboard was this percentage, or how long it stays. The disease, the virus will stay on it. Stainless steel was like 1 day or something. That's why everybody's wiping stuff down. People now, they still have the clean pens and all that stuff. Oh, let me get a clean pen. I said, I'm not worried about getting COVID from a pen unless you cough in it and I have my hand on it and I suck it up.
Oh, listen, when we went to vote, still to this day, they gave us they said, pick up the pen to use it to mark your ballot. And then, by the way, you get to keep the pen.
In science, there you go. In science, think about cardiology for a minute. In the 50s, if people had high blood pressure, there wasn't much they could do about it. They could do a bypass surgery if their arteries were clogged, if they thought they were clogged. They didn't have a real good way of imaging that. Then came along blood pressure medicines, and that was a game changer. So these are progressive, and then came along ways to image your blood vessels, like CT scanners and stuff like that. And then came along, angioplasty and angiogram.
Hold on a second. I'm waving at Waldo.
I know you're not waving at me. It's okay.
And Waldo.
Yeah.
We see you.
Where's Adrian? What's she whispering in your ear all the time?
Nothing.
Just hiding.
Huh?
Do you have a blonde streak?
Well, yeah, she's got a blonde
She's
streak.
mad at me because every night I say, I'll let you know when the show's almost over and you can say goodnight, and I forget. So- okay, come on. I'll okay.
Hey, kid, beat it.
Just pretend like she's not there.
Beat it. How can we pretend?
Oh, Brian's got antennas.
You know something? That's better than when you're watching the news and somebody's doing one of the reports from home and their cat walks by the camera. I would rather a kid did that. I would like to see one of those wokes on mooks on MSNBC while they're saying, well, and Trump did this and Trump did that, and the kid goes,
Close the door with you out there.
Yeah, really, that would be great.
It's,
No, we'll hold
it's like
everything.
being trapped in a room with a lion. Here, she's picking her up. That's not going to be. That's going to get more difficult as the years go on there.
I'm going to have to super glue the wall.
What?
I'm going to have to super glue the wall.
Right. So, anyway.
Hi, Adrian.
But anyway, this whole abortion thing is it's just so cruel. It's just so cruel.
Europe just announced in the news earlier tonight that they're going to start shipping the morning after pill to people that order it, and they're going to call it something else, so it doesn't. So because some of these states are going to look at pregnant women, and they're gonna look at their email, look at where they're going on the internet, and
well, there are two different pills, There's the morning after pill, which you take the morning after to make sure you don't get pregnant. Okay. Mm-hmm. That could be considered a form of contraception because you don't really know whether you're pregnant or not or whatever. Right. You're just taking it as a precaution. And the other one is an abortion pill, which you can take up to like. Huh?
The UK is going to start sending
the abortion pill,
under a different name. But apparently these states are going so nuts.
It's going to be called.
They're going to try and follow people on the internet where they go to see if they're ordering these pills. Jesus Christ.
This is not.
This is because of Trump. Tony.
I'm telling you, Tony. If I was, I'd say 20 years younger, I'd be leaving this country right now.
Would you pray you never get pregnant, Tony?
It's draconian.
Canada's looking.
What?
Canada?
What Canada?
No, if you had to go, Canada wouldn't be a bad move.
What? I don't want to live in Canada. Have you ever? They're boring.
Once,
everybody's too nice up there.
Yes.
No edge.
Have you ever been to Canada?
Huh?
One time.
You've been to Canada?
Yeah, but it was Jeff. It was like I was probably like 12. We drove through to Niagara Falls. We drove up.
I mean, the worst week I ever spent. The worst week I ever spent anywhere was one night in Montreal.
Really?
Oh, Toronto was wonderful.
Really. What's wrong with Canada? It couldn't be as bad as Miami.
Don't get me started on Miami, okay?
There we go.
Mm-hmm. So how's everything out there with you, Gray?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Yeah. Everything good out there with your friends and neighbors and everybody?
Yeah. Nothing much new going on, Here in the suburbs.
Yeah. Which burbs are you in? Where are you?
Palo Alto.
Palo Alto. Okay.
Yeah, near Stanford.
Yeah, and you're in one of those. He's in one of those Eichler homes.
Yes.
Yeah. Which are now worth $3 million.
At least almost 4, I think.
Really? How much did you pay for it?
I think 450,000.
Wow! So if you got rid of that house now, you could get rid of it for $3 million.
Yeah.
4 million. What has made them? Is it because of their history?
It's not the house, it's the land, and it's the school district, and it's the fact that there is not a lot of housing in the city of Palo Alto. So people want to live in Palo Alto for the school district, which is one of the best in the country. And so we have a lot of Asian and Indian people who move here and are programmers, and they get paid tons of money at Google and Facebook.
That's happening in Fremont too.
Oh, that's why the prices are going up.
Yeah, and the school district is the best, like Gun High School.
Well, they say
like
the same thing's
top
true.
20 in the United States.
They say the same's true in San Francisco. San Francisco's gotten prohibitively expensive.
Yeah,
because
Palo Alto and San Francisco. Well, Atherton is the most.
Well, here's
expensive.
what happened. All those companies went into Silicon Valley. Okay, with them they brought all their people, and they became big companies and so on. The Apples and what have yous, and then everybody decided that they wanted to move to San Francisco and still work at Hewlett Packard. So Hewlett Packard and all those companies, Twitter being a good example of one of them, moved their offices to San Francisco. And they also, some of them who still kept their offices down in San Jose and places like that, told their employees, well, we'll bus you down there. So with all the people moving into San Francisco because they didn't want to live in Palo Alto, okay, ta-da, prices are just going crazy.
So before COVID, like from Google and Facebook, buses every 2 minutes for hours in the fast lane up 101, full of people. But a lot of people are still working from home, so that hasn't happened. But it's slowly going back.
But Fremont's got some really good high schools and stuff, and so Indians and Asians are taking over the city.
Yeah, but nothing like the peninsula. I grew up in Redwood City, which is right in the middle there, and when we were looking for this house, we're trying to go up in the peninsula somewhere because we're up in Sunnyvale, our company, and there was nothing. When we put the prices we're looking at, there was just nothing available. And then you go into Sunnyvale and some of these other, especially like Palo Alto, and these are like 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses that were back then were still going for $2 million. They're just crazy.
Nuts.
Well, I just looked at it. The prices have gone down a lot in the last month. Wow.
Yes. Everything's starting to level out. Cars are doing the same right now. All the high performance cars are starting to come down.
Yeah. So my house went down $250,000 in the last 30 days.
Wow.
Really?
Sell.
Hey, Tony, that's Biden's fault.
Probably.
The son of a bitch is killing me.
Well, I have a house in Santa Clara that I used to live in that I kept, and the price stayed kind of stagnant for years, and then Apple built a building across the street, and Kaiser, and HP, and it went and now it's a 1.2 million, and I paid $158,000.
Yeah, that whole area where the UFO is, it's like crazy. Cupertino and all that area.
Yeah,
they're starting to close a lot of stuff down. Great America's closing. We talked about that a couple last week or something. But, all these things that have a lot of land that have been here for a while, all those are getting sold, and they're going to be all these high density apartments like crazy.
They're building them like crazy in Fremont near the new BART station, the Warm Springs BART station.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Milpitas.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Tony?
Is there empty land there, lots that you can buy?
Not much.
You have to go way far south, like towards Gilroy or out past Livermore.
Is zoning like by you, Ray? If they knock your house,
I'll tell you, Tony. Just to be honest with you, you're blaming a lot of things on Biden that Biden really didn't create as a problem.
It is.
The cost of what's going on at the grocery store is partially that we've had a problem with gas, okay, which, by the way, the price in gas is down 16 cents.
It's
Yeah,
down
in a
in the
week.
Bay Area too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Down a little bit, so that's a positive.
And you can thank Biden for that. Okay. All right. But it's hard to say what where these problems are coming from and what's causing them. But for the most part, you can't blame Biden. They're external. What you can blame on Biden is that he seems to have the inability to try and stem the tide of these problems. And I think,
like I said, he's not proactive with anything. It seems like I don't have any faith in him. That's maybe what it is.
yeah.
Like you said,
But that doesn't make somebody want to turn to Trump.
Now let me ask you this:
Turn to somebody else.
Would you vote for a Democrat for the Senate?
I'll tell you the truth right now. If you told me anybody in Biden's administration right now for presidency, I couldn't do it right
Wait a
now.
minute. I'm not asking you that question.
Oh, now you're talking about for what though? Like
Somebody's running for this. A Democrat's running for the Senate. Would you vote for a Democrat for the Senate?
It would have to depend on what they stood for and what their policies were. So I couldn't.
Well, that's the reason we don't vote for somebody in the first place, you moron.
If I would vote,
Not him though.
If I like what they stood for, then I would do it then.
So if somebody doesn't complain about your text after text after text all day long, you'd vote for him.
How many texts do you get from him,
I
Alan?
wasn't that bad today, Alan. Was I?
I don't get
Not
many.
bad today. I counted 92 today.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't bad.
He hasn't called me in a while, so I was sort of worried.
Lucky you.
Don't even mention it, okay?
Don't post it
Ixnay on the he didn't text me, okay?
Yeah.
Tony doesn't text me anymore.
Well, the trouble with
Lucky
Tony
you,
is it
too.
isn't that Tony texts a lot. It's just he texts one word at a time.
I know.
He can't get a complete paragraph out. It's got to be 3 words and then it hit text and 3 words. Hit something, and it just.
No, I know where he lives, and if he ever starts texting me again,
You can come over and I'll make you lunch.
I'll kill him. I won't wait for lunch. You'll be dead before you finish.
I'll open the door and you see him. Oh my God! Where'd you get the gun? Don't worry about it. Phil gave it to me. Oh my God!
What's it? What are you showing?
We can't see it.
Are those Tony texts?
No, those are he leaves me messages like 1 minute long. So that's nice. It's better than the little quick.
Oh, is this?
Alex, I left Phil a message from the dentist office. I was in the chair.
God, will you stop doing this to these people?
You know why, Alex? I overheard the lady that my dentist hates Biden. She hates him. And I was listening to the whole conversation.
You know who she hates more than Biden? Probably you.
She killed my gums. She told me like crazy how I was in
See, that's because she hates you.
I try not to talk politics. I overheard the whole conversation in the other room when they numb me up. She went to the other room to work on the patient. And they were talking politics. I said, "Oh shit, she hates Biden too." I felt kind of.
Nobody's happy with Biden, okay? But if you want Trump, you're asking for trouble because if Trump becomes president again, he's going to be president for life.
You won't be able to go back.
You won't be able to go vote
We'll have a
next time.
dictatorship. When he dies, his kids will become president.
Because he tried to get a dictatorship in here and by not wanting to leave office. Am I right, Charlie?
Yep.
Tony, did you watch any of the January 6th investigation?
I actually did. Tomorrow should be interesting. I think one of the attorneys is coming on tomorrow.
No, it's not public.
You know, Brian, he doesn't understand it. That's the problem.
I don't like January 6th. I mean, that was an embarrassment what he did. I even told him.
Well, it's more than an embarrassment.
Embarrassment.
It was treasonous.
Well, how do you feel about the fact that Trump, the guy you seem to want to vote for, incited it?
I mean, he did incite it. I mean, I remember watching.
Oh, he did incite it, but that's just you got to
amazing.
give everybody a little bit of.
Tony, what has happened?
Watching the movie, I was like, "What's going on here?" I tell you the truth, that was crazy. I still can't get over it. He really shouldn't run again. Let's be honest. I give you that.
And Biden shouldn't run again. I mean, I really do. I think he's too old to run, and I'm saying that as an old guy. Okay, he's too old to run again, and I think that he's going to be doing the Democratic Party a great disservice by running.
I agree.
Yep.
They say that if Gavin Newsom, for instance, runs, that he's got a good chance of beating even Trump, I think. You know?
Didn't Obama even early on imply to Biden sort of publicly that he should only run for one term?
Well, I think, I think he'd be doing a great disservice to the Democrats. Don't you? Anybody disagree with me?
No.
Great disservice by rerunning. You know,
I'm really glad that he did, and I'm glad that he got that orange-haired orangutan asshole out of there.
Well,
but
we got him out of there. Now let's get somebody in. I mean, I would love another Obama, somebody like Obama.
Yeah,
Obama did a great job, you know, and he was a great cheerleader, and I think
maybe
that's what this
Obama's
country
wife
needs.
will run.
She doesn't want.
She doesn't want it. She never
Too
wanted
bad,
him to
she's
be
really
president.
smart.
What?
Too bad. She's really smart.
She'd win.
She's very
Obama?
smart. She'd win in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
She'd win in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
America loves her. You
Yep.
know?
Oprah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. All right, yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, man. Oh, God. I hear Oprah is worth $3 billion.
Yeah.
She just sits there and keeps generating money. I don't understand it.
When you make money when you're sleeping, that's making money.
And when you're sleeping with other people, you make even more money.
And when you're sleeping with Stedman,
Well, you're wasting your time there. But
Exactly.
actually, I met Stedman. Stedman did my show in San Francisco. And
no
I
way.
really liked Stedman. He's a great guy. Great guy.
is he a comic?
No.
Oh,
No. He's a businessman.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
And they've been together forever. I mean, I don't know. I think he's her beard, you know.
Yeah.
But
And James Caan passed away today, right?
and
Oh
James,
shit!
yeah,
Wow.
Damn it!
You ever meet him, Alex?
no,
No.
I love that guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh man. what
yeah.
a-
Well, I mean,
good
he was
actor.
82. I'd like to say he,
Well, that's
he
a
lived a
lot,
long
though,
life, but I'm 82, so I don't want to think in those terms. You know.
I hear the former prime minister of Japan, got shot in the head tonight or today or something.
What?
And I'll find it again. Former Japanese prime minister Shizuno Abe was
Abe, probably.
reportedly. I guess he was campaigning.
Is he dead?
Nah, it doesn't say it. It says he was shot while giving a campaign speech in Western Japan. Abe was bleeding when he collapsed. Abe's heart stopped.
Abe.
Condition.
It's Abe.
Good old Abe.
Like a Jewish guy.
Yeah.
That's Abe.
I 2 shots in the head. He's not going to do very well.
No, I don't think so. Either that or he'll be kind of another Trump.
I was just going to say, 2 shots in the head, he could run for Trump's running mate.
Yeah, yeah. And even with even with a bullet in his head, he's got more common sense than Tony.
Tony!
Huh?
I miss him a little bit, though. I don't know why.
You,
Entertainment.
yeah. Well, go.
Go watch some comedy elsewhere.
Get Netflix if you want entertainment. Okay.
Watch Ozark. I should watch Ozark later.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, okay. Go watch
Oh,
yours.
yeah,
Have a
you're
pot of
very
coffee
good with
first,
coffee.
Tony.
That's
Anyway.
downstairs already on.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
been good having you here, all here. I'm getting a headache now. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much, Charlie, and thank you, Brian. Thank you, Adrian, and thank you,
Adrian!
Alan, and thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Tony, and thank you, Ray. Yeah, when you finally want her to say goodbye to everybody, where is she? You know?
I know, it's okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm
have,
gonna get
have I
trouble.
been glitching too much tonight? No.
No, it's okay.
Okay,
great.
Like a
good.
nervous tick.
Anyway,
Fine.
hey, thanks everybody. Give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. There they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel. Yes, okay. And it's good. Nice show tonight. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Jack Bishop is next with The Intersection on Gabnet. He'll be taking your calls at Gabnet Live on Skype. In the meantime, I'm Alex Bennett. I'll see you tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. In the meantime, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Night, everybody.